Alright, let's take a look at graphing linear equations. And we're going to be graphing these linear equations in the slope-intercept form. Alright, so let's take a look at the first linear equation. It's y is equal to negative 2 over 3 x minus 2. Right? So if I'm taking a look at this guy, we can see that the slope here is negative 2 over 3, and slope basically refers to rise over run. So rise is the change in y values, the run is the change in the x values. Right? So this is telling us that our points are going 2 down and 3 to the right relative to each other, right? And I'll show you guys that when I plot this on the graph. The y-intercept here is negative 2, so the coordinate of the y-intercept is 0, negative 2, okay, because we know that the y-intercept is where x is 0. And the first thing I want to do here is plot the y-intercept, so 0, negative 2, and then I'm going to use the rise over run method, so you're going 2 down, right, because you have the negative on the numerator, and it's just easier to put the negative, if you have a negative on the fraction, put it on the numerator, and you can just kind of look at that as negative the rise if you want, or you're going certain units down. Okay, so it's 2 units down, and then you go 3 units to the right because you have a positive 3, so you go 1, 2, and then 3 to the right. So I'm just going to plot the point there, and I want to get another point on the left side of this. So if I'm going backwards, I'm going 3 units to the left, 2 units up, right? And you can see that here is our line segment. If I just plot the points, you guys are going to do this with a ruler, right? It'll look a lot more nicer, but I just don't have a ruler on me. But this is what the line segment looks like, right? Now, looking at the second question, I'm just going to change colors here. Okay. So looking at the second question, y is equal to 3x plus 1 over 4. Okay, the slope here is 3, right? So in terms of rise over run, it's positive 3 up and positive 1 to the right, okay? And the y-intercept here is 1 over 4. And you can also write this as 0.25 because it's a terminating fraction, right? And therefore it is a rational number. So the point here is 0 and 1 over 4. So I'm going to plot the y-intercept first. So 0 and 1 over 4 is approximately, let's say it's here. Okay, so it's 0.25. Now this is a little bit more trickier because we have a decimal involved. And we can see that the slope here is 1 to the right and then 3 up. So we're going to go 1 to the right and 3 up. So if I go 3 up, the idea here is that I'm going to add 3 to 0.25. So it's going to actually end up in 3.25. Okay, and if I do that backwards, right? So if I go backwards and I find the point there, right? You have 0.25 and you're subtracting by 3, right? So you get like negative 2.75. So let's say it's like here, and you're moving to the left 1. Okay, so let's say it's here. So this is what the point looks like. So you can see that with decimals, it's going to be a little bit more trickier, right? You'd have to actually ballpark these sketches, right? And yeah, that's how you basically graph linear equations using the slope-intercept form.